Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. We're here live in London doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Conflict and Courage. The title today, Unholy Alliance. The scripture reading is from Nehemiah 4 verse 20. Our God shall fight for us. The restoration of the defences of Jerusalem did not go forward unhindered. Satan was working to stir up opposition and bring discouragement. But taunts and ridicule, opposition and threats seemed only to inspire Nehemiah with firmer determination and to arouse him to greater watchfulness. He recognized the dangers that must be met in this warfare with their enemies, but his courage was undaunted. We made our prayer unto our God, he declares, and set a watch against them day and night. Beside Nehemiah stood a trumpeter, and on different parts of the wall were stationed priests bearing the sacred trumpets. The people were scattered in their labours, but on the approach of danger at any point, a signal was given for them to repair thither without delay. So we laboured in the work, Nehemiah says, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Nehemiah and his companions did not shrink from hardship or trying service. Neither day nor night, not even during the short time given to sleep, did they put off their clothing or lay aside their armour. The opposition and discouragement that the builders in Nehemiah's day met with open enemies and pretended friends in typical of the experience of those today will have who work for God. Let me read that again. The opposition and discouragement that the builders in Nehemiah's day met from open enemies and pretended friends is typical of the experience that those today will have who work for God. Christians are tried not only by anger, contempt, cruelty of enemies, but by the indolence, inconsistency, lukewarmness, and treachery of avowed friends and helpers. Satan takes advantage of every unconsecrated element for the accomplishment of his purposes. Among those who profess to be the supporters of God's cause, there are those who unite with his enemies and thus lay his cause open to the attacks of his bitterest foes. Even those who desire the work of God to prosper will yet weaken the hands of his servants by hearing, reporting, and half believing the slander, boasts, and menaces of his adversaries. Our God shall fight for us, for God is in the work, and no man can prevent its ultimate success. Unholy alliance. And this is what you have to consider when you have a dream or a project, or God's given you something to put your mind to do. You have to be very, very careful who you ask. Firstly, that you ask to help you. But even more so, you have to be very careful of those people that offer to help you. The ones that offer to help you are sometimes influenced by the wrong, have the wrong influences, let's put it that way. You know, Satan influences people. He He puts thoughts in people's heads and he controls people. His demons control people to get into your life, to mess up your life, to mess up your destiny, to mess up your ideas. And so you must pray. And you pray that those that do come into your life at that time, that God will give you a sign that they may be there to help you. Or to in turn, definitely to give you a sign that they're not there to help you. See, here we have the symbol of the trumpet. People were staged all around the wall with trumpets. And every time any form of danger appeared, the trumpet would blow and everyone would be on their guard ready. And the people that were working, they worked day and night with the odd little sleep here and there. They didn't stop to take off their clothes or to do any such thing that we normally would. They just kept on working, working, working until the job was finished. And it says here, Satan takes advantage of every unconsecrated element for the accomplishment of his purposes. All of those that do not know God, that do not believe in God, Satan is easy to use them. They are open to his influence. Everyone is open to his influence, but it's as to whether you know it's him or not is the difference. You need to know God for yourself, and that's no easy thing, because it's a daily task. It's not even a task, it's a daily. You have to converse with him daily. And once you get to know God, when these thoughts come into your head, you should know straight away, are they of God or are they not? Would they further his cause or would they not? Our God will fight for us. For our God is in the work, and no man can prevent its ultimate success. Is God in the work you're doing, or in what you're doing for your work? Because sometimes our jobs might not be the most fruitful, or it might be very mundane or going nowhere. But it's not about the work itself. Sometimes it's about who you meet in your work. I've done jobs that are very mundane, but along the way I've met people I've been able to bless and be blessed. So always look out for opportunities to talk about God, to point people to God, but also be open to hear about God too. God bless you.